Thank you so much. And up next, and again, staying on the topic of how to brand, market, and automate your business to make it the most successful, I have Ashley Pakulski. She is born and raised in Canada, still resides there with her two most precious loves, her daughter and her four-legged friend. She is a single mom, a mindset coach, a best-selling author, and speaker. Ashley helps women entrepreneurs break through their limiting beliefs so that they can master their mindset, productivity, and create a more abundanceful life. Ashley has a diploma in community and justice. She has hosted and spoken at several events, and as always, has a passion to transform people's lives. Ashley truly believes when you do the inner and mindset work, you get to see what it is going to bring your way and helps you to start being the driver in the seat of your life and truly stepping into your higher version self. So welcome, Ashley. Thank you so much for joining me here today.
Hi, thank you, Adrianna. Hello, thank you so much. I'm so honored to be here. And Hannah, thank you so much. My name is Ashley, and I'm sure you can relate as a business owner, how much time can be taken up, feeling the overwhelm, feeling like you're on this hamster wheel ride, doing all these tasks, whether they're repetitive, tedious tasks. And, I love this saying that goes, work smarter, not harder. And that is so key. And I always like to talk about this because it is possible. Because a lot of times you hear, in order to grow and scale my business, I got to work harder. But there's actually ways to work smarter. And that's exactly what I'm going to share with you today, is actually automating your business to boost your productivity. And I want to add a side note there that you can also increase your income, reach that next level faster. So I have a quick quote that I just want to share with you that I absolutely love. And it is, productivity isn't about being a workhorse, keeping busy, or burning the midnight oil. It is more about priorities, planning, and fiercely protecting your time. And that is by Gary Keller. And my goal for you today is to basically walk away with these action steps that you can implement and actually just simplify your business. Who doesn't like simplicity? We do. So if you have been feeling overwhelmed in your business, you're not as productive, and you just feel like you're burning yourself out, this is probably why. One, you have no systems in place. I know when I started my business, I was doing everything on my own. I was focusing on my social media, on the posting, because you have to be consistent with that, putting yourself out there. And I just felt that I was just draining so much time and energy doing that. Whether it's also number two, focusing on all the tasks, feeling that you have to do everything. I know I was that way too, that I want it my way or the highway. I want to be the expert in it. So doing all those things on your own. And also number three is not having time for yourself. And a lot of times we can be guilty of that, doing the work, keeping ourselves busy with the tasks we need to do, saying we need to finish this, we need to complete this, we need to work on that. But you're not taking that time for yourself, and you're actually blocking yourself because you're more in that resistance rather being in flow, having fun with it. And actually, there's another point I wanted to add. You feel that you're being pulled in all these different directions. So with that being said, this is how automation can actually help you and your business, and even if you have team members. So one, it saves you time for yourself, for your team members, so that way you can focus on other valuable tasks, projects that you could be working on, income generating activities. Number two is you're going to make less errors. So a lot of times too, with that, it could be even following up with people, simple things like that. It could be the emails that you're putting out, or say, not having the ideas of what you're going to post. So you're not being consistent on social media. It could be anything included in these errors. Number three is you're collecting data. And your data, I like to call this is the gold in your bank. And that way it can help you make better decisions. And number four, I would like to add in, again, it increases your sales. So I would love to share with you right now 3 steps that you can take that are actually going to help you simplify your business, so that way you can start automating and probably figuring out where you need to automate. So number 1 is going over all your tasks. Go through everything, every single one, and see where you're wasting your time, where you're wasting your energy, where you feel that you can just put to the side, let it be automated. So then that way you're not focusing too much of that, and you could be focusing on other things in your business. And this is even too, if you're a starter in your business and you're just not ready to delegate or outsource by hiring a VA, OBM, you can just look at your lists of like tasks that you're doing that are taking up too much of your time and just finding what you can automate, because it's just going to simplify your life. So whether this is your calendar, whether it's your email marketing campaign, whether it's your social media, whether it's even just tracking leads, clients, or even organizing, planning out your tasks, your projects, whatever it is, put it all out, figure it out. And I would suggest the next step is figuring out what to use to help you with that. And we're in this wonderful era of time. We have the internet and lots of technology available. And there's a lot of apps that are out there that can help you and support you with this and software. And there's free ones. There's also paid ones. You can upgrade, whatever, it's your choice. And the best thing to do with this, as there's so much out there available, is to really research. And when you figure out from your list of what you want to automate, you can really look and see what will fit your needs and your business. And there's a lot of them, actually. There's Evernote, and these are for all different types of things. Evernote, Hootsuite, ActiveCampaign, HubSpot, MailChimp, Zapier, Notion. So those are really great tools that you can look into to actually help you with that whole automation process. Number 3 with this is being able to track and analyze everything that you're doing. So like I said, this is your goal. This is your bank. So you want to actually check your analytics, quite frankly, a lot. And this way it's going to help you to improve future work. Also, like not to miss things, etc. And I do want to share an extra bonus. This is a little different, but it's still the same thing with automation. It's making money in your sleep. So having a system in place, an automation where you can basically have your business running itself, right? So again, simplicity. So this is where you can get creative. So what can you do? What kind of freebie can you offer that is tracking, getting leads for you, but also putting yourself out there where people get to know you, but also you're making money by offering, whether it's a small micro program, whether it's a course, whatever it is. And again, that is all on automation. And remember, one thing I want to leave you with this: it does not have to be hard. Just pick one simple thing. Start with one and start automating the most thing that you want to get out of your own way. So then that way you free up your time. And then from there, you can revise every time. Like, what can I automate next? Make it like a habit. What can I do next? And you will see that your productivity is going to increase. You're going to be able to have more time that's freed up for yourself to do the things you want to do, whether it's in your business for yourself. And you're just going to feel like just freed, completely freed, not overwhelmed and being put with all these tasks, like what do you have to do, these repetitive tasks. So I want to leave you with this quote. And I really, I found it very powerful, but it's in a busy, overwhelming world, let's do simplicity. And that is by Wendy Tomlinson. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you, Ashley. It was awesome to learn more about how you do your ins and outs of work every single day and just getting to learn more about you. So thank you so much, Ashley. I'm going to be leaving this off with 2 more speakers before we get to raffles. So Lauren Weiss, she is our next speaker. She is a business productivity specialist who focuses on helping highly motivated women get ahead in both business and in life. By leveraging their hormonal and cyclical rhythms, Lauren's refreshing and revolutionary approach to the way women work using her cycle-aligned methodology. She has made it her personal passion to speak on this project. So she is a much sought-after speaker, online educator, and consultant. And two thought leaders of today. Lauren is a co-author in the 6-book series Becoming an Unstoppable Woman, published through She Rises Studios, elevating her to a 5-time international best-selling author. She is also a master certified health and transformational coach and podcast host. Lauren has been featured in and has written for both Becoming an Unstoppable Woman and Ladies Who Leverage magazines, and enjoys guesting on a variety of podcasts. Lauren currently resides in Wichita, Kansas with her husband and daughter, and is currently working on a solo book, which will be released in 2024. So help me welcome Lauren. Thank you, Lauren, for joining us here today.
Hi, I'm so excited to be here at the Up Your Energy conference. This is so incredible. We've had such incredible women already speaking, and I want to dive into this specific topic, which is how to make social media work for both you and me. So I'm going to be talking about 5 specific points. It's an acronym ARROW, so ARROW. But before we dive into that, I am curious. Do you remember when we were younger and maybe we were like on the playground, or maybe we had younger siblings or older siblings and they kind of like bossed you around and told you, hey, this is what you need to be doing. No, you should be doing that. Has anyone felt like they were like bullied? I don't know about you, but that's how I feel like social media is for me. Like, stop bullying me. You're not the boss of me. So hopefully within the next 9 to 10 minutes that we have together, I can give you some tips, some tricks, and we can tell social media, hey, you're not the boss of me. All right, let's dive into it. So let's start with that A first, and that's awareness. We're going to talk about 2 specific types of awareness. One is self-awareness, and one is awareness around our audience. So I'm going to ask you to really kind of stop and take note. Who are you being when you start creating content? Now, what's really cool is that we as women have hormones, right? We have our menstrual cycle. And there is specific times of the month that we could be leveraging that will actually up our energy, up our creativity, where we can be creating content. And that's during our follicular phase of our menstrual cycle. So that's right after our menstrual cycle, we go into our follicular phase, and that surge of estrogen gives us that extra energy into creating content. Now, the second thing I want you to do is I want you to be radically honest with yourself and ask yourself, how do I best tell stories? What is my best way of communicating? Is it behind the camera? Is it maybe written content? Is it in front of the microphone? How do you best tell stories? Because that's really what we're doing with social media, right? We're just sharing our story, our message with the world. When we stand in our truth, we stand in our joy, and that shows in our content creation. Now let's move over to the awareness around our audience. Where and who are your clients and audience when they're consuming your content, right? Because who we're being on LinkedIn is going to be drastically different than who we're being over on TikTok, right? Literally, the chemicals in our brain are different. Our psyche is different when we're over on LinkedIn. We have an objective. We're on there for a purpose. Whereas when we're over on TikTok, our brain chemicals are different as well. It's more passive, right? We're there to be entertained. So where and who are your clients when they're consuming your content? So be contextual to the platform, but not to the expense of your authenticity, because let's be real, platforms evolve. And as long as you are standing in your truth, your audience is going to find you. Another really cool thing is I want you to get your audience involved in your content creation. Ask them what they want. They're going to tell you. And what's kind of cool is sometimes the questions that they ask is going to move you out of your comfort zone and get you into that creative content creation that you might otherwise not kind of push yourself forward. So let's go into the 2 R's, and that is repurpose and rework. So just like what Ashley was talking about earlier, the goal is to work smarter, not harder, right? So one way, an example is, say we have one long form video content. What can we do with that? So say we spend 1 hour, we video ourselves. What can we do with this content? Well, quite a bit. Let's say we take that one long form video content, we can upload it to YouTube. We could rip the audio and upload it as a podcast. We could take that same one long form video content and take it to over a transcription service. I like to use rev.com, and it will transcribe it and you can upload it as a blog. I'm still not done. Again, you can take that one long form video content and upload it to, it's called repurpose.io. And it'll actually make many forms of different type of content that you can upload to YouTube Shorts. You can do it to Pinterest, to LinkedIn, to Facebook. It goes on and on and on, all from one piece of content. Again, working smarter, not harder. You're going to say, hey, wait a second, Lauren, you just told me to get really aware, and I don't like to be in front of the camera. It's written content. That's my genius. I got you. So you take that one long form piece of content and take it to synthesis.io. So that's synthesys.io. Upload your beautiful content, and it's going to deliver this audio visual AI that will bring your words to life. It's literally virtual magic. Trust me. Now let's talk about reworking your content. All right, you've already published content. It's already in the world, right? It may be a month, 3 months, 6 months, a year. That's fine. We don't constantly have to be in the mode of creating new content, right? I mean, that's exhausting. How are we going to increase our energy? When we already have created something, go back into your toolbox. See if there's a piece of content that you can bring back and make relevant today. Maybe we can add a different audio file. Maybe you can change the graphics. Maybe change the colors, make new copy, add new text. How can we refresh it so that we can upload it and make it relevant to today, right now? Again, working smarter, not harder. All right, let's go to the O, and that's omnipresence. Omnipresence meaning kind of being all places all the time, right? So you're saying, hey, wait a second, hold on, Lauren, how can I be everywhere all the time and still have my energy? Trust me on this. Follow me. So maybe you have like a really specific brand that you like. I don't know, maybe clothing, maybe for me, it's food. I love to eat. You kind of open up Twitter, you open up Facebook, you open up Instagram. I mean, this brand is everywhere all the time. Wherever you go, you're seeing that specific brand right in front of you, right? Well, that's kind of what we have to do. We have to be in front of our audience. Here's a fun fact. 10,000 pieces of content are vying for our attention every single day. Now, our brains are pretty cool because they kind of block most of that content, but about 40 to about 400 pieces of content kind of seep through. And that's how we have to reach our audience, right? We have to be at the forefront. We have to get in front of our audience so we stay there and they know, and they trust us. And the reality is this, that if you're not communicating, you don't exist. They don't know you're there. Now I'm going to give you kind of an unpopular opinion, and that is the quantity of content versus the quality of content. Now the quantity of content is a fact, right? The fact that I put out 1, 3, 5, 50, 500 pieces of content, that's a fact. You can't dispute that. And the more I'm in front of my consumer, the more that they get to know me, right? Whereas the quality of content is an opinion, right? What you might consider quality content could be completely different from what I consider quality content. What I'm trying to say is stop overthinking the success of one piece of content. Just publish, right? Have the humility and self-confidence to fail, to learn, to collect the data, and to do better. If you don't take anything else from my talk today, I hope you take this. And that is that the judgment of others has zero impact on who you are as a human, on your self-worth, on your life. You have a message, and it's important, and your audience is waiting to hear from you. So go ahead and push publish. All right, let's go to that W, and that stands for win. Look, if you upload content with consistency, that's the hint, consistency, and positive intent, you are winning. You are already ahead of the game. And just like real life arrows, your social media and message, that's going to pierce the hearts of your audience and give you both positive energy. Allow your social media to do the heavy lifting and work for you. But showing up authentically is important in making social media work for you. So I hope you stick around because that's exactly what the next speaker is going to be discussing. Thank you so much.
Woo-hoo. Thank you, Lauren. Always a pleasure to learn more and hear from you. Thank you for doing such an amazing job. We do have an awesome next guest speaker. Her name is Nicole Curtis. You may know her from She Rises Studios. She is an author, a speaker, and a co-founder. Nicole Curtis is a much sought after expert in the women leadership with over 15 years of combined experience in both personal growth and self-leadership development. Nicole is helping to create and co-found the Women Leadership Division in She Rises Studios. Her mission is to empower women to rise up, lead in life and in business. Nicole writes and speaks to women entrepreneurs around the world to help educate them on women leadership and personal development. Help me welcome Nicole Curtis. Hi, Nicole.
Hey, everybody. How are you? I hope you're feeling energized, pumped up, and ready to go in 2023. What an incredible summit, hasn't it? Go ahead and put in the chat, energize if you are feeling pumped up. I am so excited to be here to share with all of you. But before I do, I want to thank all the speakers thus far. They've been so amazing and just incredible. And I'm so honored and excited to be here with all of you today. And to share with you. So I was asked to speak on the topic, how to make social media work for you. And in all truth, for me, this has actually been quite a journey that I've been on as an entrepreneur. A little over 5 years ago is when I really began utilizing social media. And when I started my social media journey, I took all of the professional information that I learned from all of the social media gurus and dove right in and began executing it. Ladies, it's really important that social media can not only help you expand your brand and business visibility, but it is also an incredible tool that you can use when building effective business relationships and increase your business ROI. But after some time had passed from me starting, I began to feel this heavy pressure of insecurity and fear just run over me. And what used to be fun and bring me joy was now making me feel anxious, overwhelmed, worthless, and exhausted. Oftentimes when I am leading and mentoring women in business, I hear many women say that they feel stuck, they feel overwhelmed or frustrated, and they're ready even before they start when it comes to social media and its marketing. As you just recently heard from Lauren Weiss, as she shared with you some incredible actionable protocols that will help you make social media work for you, which is very important and has been incredible. My message that I want to share with you today is when it comes to making social media work for you and your business, you need to do it your way. You too might be feeling the same pressure that I once did, that what you're doing isn't enough, or that you aren't doing it right, that no one is watching or listening to you, that the time you're putting in isn't enough, that the answer must be that you need to do more of it, that your ROI in your business depends on how much you are marketing and showing up on social media. If so, I say do it your way. Which right now you might be thinking, well, how? How do I do it my way? And will that really work? I'm not a social media guru. I'm not a social media expert. And I'm here to tell you that you actually are. The purpose that you have inside of you, the mission that you feel called to do in your business, the thing that you need is the thing that you need to tap into. And you need to allow that to guide you in everything that you do in business, especially when it comes to marketing and promoting on socials. When you don't believe you have anything valuable to say, I want you to tap into it. When you don't think people are listening I want you to show up and shine anyway. Let your voice and your message be heard. No message is the wrong message. It's your message. So you matter. What you offer has meaning, and the place you show up has value. When you start doubting yourself, tap into your purpose and your mission. When the pressure begins to start, take a step back and evaluate. Evaluate where you are showing up and how you are doing it. And if it feels off, adjust it. You don't need to become a slave to social media. You don't need to let it control you. And don't you dare let it make you feel guilty or less worthy if you decide to cut back or change it up. Just because the guru experts are telling you that you must be on all these social media platforms and that you must be doing all of these things in order for your social media marketing to be successful, it's a load of crap. Oh, and let me tell you that the amount of followers don't matter. You don't need thousands or 1 million followers to be successful in business. It isn't the numbers that will make the difference. It is you. You can have all the information, strategies, and formulas. And when you aren't showing up and marketing from a place of alignment and fulfillment, it becomes not only a chore, it won't be very effective in your business. Because I'm going to share with you a little secret. People know when this is happening. They can see it and they can feel it. So do it your way. So I'm going to share with you 2 ways that have helped me do it my way. Number 1 is decide what you want to say and market. Show up exactly who you are, because that is enough. It is very important when using social media as a marketing tool that you show up as your most truest self. Be real, honest, authentic. Show the ups and downs in life and business, the obstacles as well as the successes. There's no shame in showing your success. The things you post and say, let it come from your heart and your soul. The other thing is create a content map around you. Categories of who you are. An example I like to teach clients is put your name in the center of a piece of paper. And then I want you to branch off all the things about you that you want to share. So an example for me, I'm a crazy chicken lady. If you don't know that about me, I'm crazy about chickens. And I like to take my audience on the journey with me in my craziness. I also like to share that I'm addicted to coffee. I'm an outdoor adventurer. And so off of that, I like to talk about camping and nature and hunting and fishing and all the things that I like to do outdoors. And I tie it into my business. I tie it into who I am. Another branch that I have off of me is family. I've been married for almost 20 years. There's a lot of lessons I've learned. There's ups and downs that we've gone through. And I like to share some of that and highlight some of that, because it's just a way where I can be real and authentic. And I can take people and clients on a journey with me and wherever I am in my life. I'm also raising 2 teens, a boy and a girl. Help me. I love them to death, but there are days where it's overwhelming and exhausting. But then there's moments when I look at them, I'm like, man, I am so, so thankful that I get to be your mom. But I like to talk about that. I like to talk about being a mom. I like to share my journey with my children. I like to share off of that I'm a mental health advocate for moms of struggling teens. I currently have a daughter that has struggled with anxiety and depression for the last 5 years. And I share my journey as a mom and being a helper and support to her in that. I also have a branch of business and women leadership. I talk about mindset, self-leadership, personal growth, all the things. And so I give this as an example to you of, if you don't have this in your business already, take a piece of paper out, put your name in the middle, start branching off some major topics, and then subtitle within those topics of different content and different journeys that you can take your audience in, as well as bring your business into it. The second one is you decide what social platforms you want to utilize and market on. Focus on the platforms that you want, not what everyone says you should. Get good at one before you get good at many, is what I always like to say. For some of you, one is enough, and for others, being on a couple or a few works too. Whichever is fine. There is no wrong answer here. But when these 2 things are done, then you can focus on how you want to execute it. And if you want guidance and support in putting this all together, She Rises Studios offers a social media marketing service for women entrepreneurs like you to assist you in your social media needs. To learn more about this, you can visit our website at sherisesstudios.com/services. And if you want a SRS leadership team member to get in touch with you regarding this, feel free to fill out the form below. Remember, ladies, how do you make social media work for you? Start by doing it your way. Thank you so much, ladies. It was such a pleasure speaking with you today. Get ready because there are so many more incredible speakers lined up to help you up your energy.
Thank you, Nicole. Miss Crazy New York Times bestselling chick.